This is Alex Eala's moment. Our dinners, our evenings are fixated when she's playing. That's real tennis.
She didn't go home. 72 hours after walking off the most famous court in tennis with tears on her face and a standing ovation at her back, Alex Eala was already on a plane heading west. Not to Manila, not to rest, to Washington, D.C. And when she lands, what's waiting for her isn't a soft landing. It's a $1.06 million WTA 500 draw, one of the deepest fields this tournament has ever put together. 7 of the world's top 20 are in this bracket. Elena Svitolina, the exact player Eala dismantled in Berlin just 3 weeks ago, now locked in with revenge on her mind. Marta Kostyuk, a former finalist in this very city. Naomi Osaka, a 2-time US Open champion still fighting her way back. Venus Williams at 46, still commanding every room she walks into. And Leylah Fernandez, the defending champion, the woman who lifted this exact trophy in 2025. That is not a 500-level field. That is a 1,000-level field wearing a smaller badge. And Alex Eala walked into it as a direct main draw entry. No wild card, no favor, no phone call. Her ranking currently 32 in the world, about to climb higher when Wimbledon points drop on July 14th, bought her seat at this table. But let's slow down for a second and actually look at what she has done to get here, because people outside this community are still catching up. Berlin, June 17th. She beats world number 10 Elena Rybakina straight sets. The very next day, June 18th, she defeats Svitolina, a Wimbledon champion, a 5-time Grand Slam semifinalist. Back-to-back, on grass, on their turf. Then Wimbledon, round of 32, July 4th. Iga Swiatek across the net, the defending champion. And Eala wins 7-6, 6-2. Her second career victory over Swiatek. You don't beat Iga at Wimbledon by stumbling into it. You beat her because you belong there. After that match, she stepped to the microphone and said something that Filipino Twitter treated like scripture. The court is not the place to belittle yourself. That's not a quote. That's a reprogramming. And it didn't come from nowhere. His name is Tony Nadal, the man who turned Rafael Nadal into a 22-time Grand Slam champion. The architect of arguably the greatest clay court career the sport has ever produced. And in 2026, according to Tennis 365 and confirmed by head coach Joan Bosch, Tony Nadal has taken a personal, hands-on mentoring role in Alex Eala's development. Her own words on what that relationship looks like. Tony told me things I didn't want to hear, but needed to. That's not a courtesy quote from a legend passing through. That is Tony Nadal choosing where to invest the second act of his coaching life. And according to Yahoo Sports, Rafael Nadal himself has stepped in to offer tactical guidance this season through Bosch. Rafael Nadal does not spend his attention on players who aren't going to matter. They are betting on her. Washington is the first real test of what that bet has built. Now here's the quiet question the tennis world is whispering but won't say out loud. 12 months ago in Cincinnati, Eala hit a wall. The back-to-back schedule caught her, and she faded. History says a 21-year-old cannot peak on Wimbledon grass and then peak again on North American hard courts within the span of 3 weeks. History has been wrong about Alex Eala before. She lost her last match. Paolini, 3 sets. She led in the second. She couldn't close it in the third. Center court at Wimbledon, the biggest stage of her life, and it slipped away. Most players take a week. Some go home. She posted 7 words in Tagalog and English, everything. Salamat, Wimbledon, and boarded a westbound flight inside 48 hours. You don't need a narrator to explain what that says about who she is. She already said it. Now look at what's sitting on the other side of this fortnight. Montreal, Cincinnati, then the US Open on August 24th. This isn't one tournament, this is a runway. And if she reaches the semifinals in Washington, she enters that runway as a projected top 25 player for the first time in Philippine history if she wins the title. This stops being a story and starts being a career. The DMV region holds one of the densest Filipino-American populations in the entire country. The Philippine Embassy sits blocks from the tennis center. When she walks onto that practice court this week, she is not just an athlete. She is, in the most literal sense, a diplomatic presence, a 21-year-old from Manila carrying a flag through the political capital of the world's most influential Filipino diaspora. The fans who spent 2 years telling coworkers, remember the name Alex Eala, they don't need to say that anymore. The The world is already here. Madrid Airport, Paris Airport, Bad Homburg, a crowd scene that spread across Filipino social media in hours. Wimbledon, the LA Times filed a feature specifically about the Filipino supporters flooding the grounds. Washington is not an exception to that pattern. Washington is the next chapter. The Alex Eala who landed in DC this week is not the qualifier who arrived in Miami 18 months ago. She is the player Tony Nadal chose. She is the player Swiatek could not solve on grass. She is the player this diaspora has been waiting for. So, does she get through round 1 against a top 20 seed? Or does the Wimbledon fatigue catch her before she even gets started? Drop your prediction below. Tell us which draw you want to see her get. DC, Montreal, Cincinnati, Flushing Meadows. Every ranking point, every crowd scene, every draw, from Fitzgerald to the US Open, gets broken down here first. This community saw her before the world did. Stay in the circle.